now that Brood War HD is coming out, or Starcraft HD, there is going to be an even bigger fight amongst. I mean, that's the thing that I've learned with the StarCraft community is everybody's fighting with everybody. Everybody's got an agenda, and
they do love a good witch hunt.
And now that this game is coming out, it is going to multiply, and it is going to split up the StarCraft community in general. Not even just StarCraft 2 and StarCraft HD, but StarCraft fans in general. It'll become this thing where it's going to be StarCraft 2 versus StarCraft, and ultimately it's going to hurt StarCraft 2 even more.
Everyone loses.
Everyone loses. I'm just hoping that the StarCraft community gets behind this. They realize the opportunity. So many pros are going to come back. So many casters like ourselves are going to come back. It's going to feel like for the first time since 2013 where everybody's excited, everybody's making content, streaming the game. The numbers are going to be great. Is going to be an opportunity to create an esport around that if they wanted to. I don't know how far Blizzard's involvement will be with this game, but I think if they're going to make an honest shot at this, they're probably going to do a fair amount with this version of StarCraft. They're not going to half-ass it like they did StarCraft 2, or just slap on a WCS and say, oh, we're now supporting, but not really, do anything with it and really improve on it.
When it comes to the StarCraft community, it has been a community divided since basically the second year that StarCraft 2 existed, and now we're talking about bringing in Brood War Remastered, and it's even and Blizzard's pushing this as it wants it to be an esport again. They're redoing like the observer mode, and replays are going to be fine, and they're doing some minor quality of life stuff that will actually bring more than just Flash and Jaedong and Stork and Bizu back in to play the game again. Like there's going to be some of that, so they're going to divide the community even more with this. But they're kind of, in my opinion, they're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't here.
Yep.
So what's your take on that situation?
They're shooting themselves in the foot, but not in a bad way. Like, I'm really hyped about StarCraft Remastered. Everything about it looks fantastic to me, but the main issue I see with it is you're coming out with a remastered version of the game, which has been arguably hyped as the better esport. So that's going to draw in a lot of the older community of StarCraft. It's going to draw in, and again, like you guys all elaborate on it, it's going to bring back a lot of the older content creators. Yeah. Now, the thing is, when you have all these people coming back, there's going to be a resurgence, but the problem is it's going to damage StarCraft 2. That's without a doubt. It's going to damage the StarCraft 2 community. So you're going to end up, again, as you split the community, but then you have to look forward. How are you going to get new viewers in? How are you going to get new people interested? And as awesome as StarCraft Remastered looks, it's playing to nostalgia that we all have. Like, StarCraft Remastered looks like the game that we imagined in our heads when we were playing Brood War. Mm-hmm. So it's got that thing, but again, it's still got that super retro vibe, and it looks like an older game. The mechanics, as Adam mentioned earlier, are from a generation past. There's a lot. It doesn't hold your hand. It's very punishing, and for new viewers, it's going to be harder to follow. They're not going to be as intrigued by it because graphics aren't as pretty, and unfortunately for a lot of people, graphics matter. And then on top of it, for players trying to get into it, it's going to be punishing. Like, RTS is already on shaky ground in terms of fan base at the moment, and in terms of games coming out. And Brood War and StarCraft, as awesome as it is very punishing if you're not technically excellent at the game.
You're talking about a game that is, for all intents and purposes, considered by many people, if not the majority, to be the most balanced RTS game of all time. It is so balanced that almost 20 years into its lifespan, there are still new high-level strategies emerging that have not existed before, being pulled off in high competitive play. Not like some random people stuck in like the 20 people playing on ladder, but honest to goodness, championship level play. All of a sudden something new comes out. That is a great example of a game that is incredibly well balanced, and as unfortunate as it is, stuff like the Dragoons being drunk Mr. Magoo every time they try and get from point A to point B, that is a part of the balance of StarCraft Brood War. Same as to the stuff with like Reavers. Reavers were like Brett Hall trying to hit the broadside of a burn. They couldn't hit shit. It's just every once in a while, balls would just veer off into no man's land and hit absolutely nothing. And that was part of the balance, the weird, quirky balance that existed. You start toying with that stuff, and then all of a sudden, it's kind of like I said in the last cast, it's the foot in the door. Okay, we're going to change Dragoons. Okay, but that actually changes the dynamic of the Protoss balance, because now Protoss can actually get around with Dragoons immaculately. What does that mean? Well, now we have to maybe change some other stuff. Foot in the door further. Now I got my leg in the door. Now all of a sudden I just walk into the house and I fuck everything up, because why not? I'm already in here. I might as well just mess everything up. So I'd rather them just stick with the quality of life stuff to a minimum, the stuff that makes sense, that will make usability for the newer people of today to use the interface to actually get in to play the game, and just kind of leave it at that. They've already put this down in its current iteration in front of the gods, you know, Flash, Bizu, Stork, and Jaedong. They've already had it in front of them. They haven't played competitively, but they let them go in and do whatever they wanted to see how everything felt, and all of them were thumbs up. I think if you're all thumbs up from those guys, don't fucking touch it. There's not one game that Nintendo could make that you would go, that's pretty fucking awesome, I need the Switch. Not one.
No, I'm honest. I'm not saying that to be a smartass. They haven't done anything that interests me. To the people that love Nintendo, by all means, I'm not hating on you. Like, you know, video games and movies and music is very subjective. And I don't think Nintendo has done a good job at creating games in general. There has been some gems. I'm not saying everything is garbage. There has been some gems. But honestly, in the last 6 years, I have played Mario Galaxy. I have replayed old retro Nintendo or Super Nintendo or N64 games. I am not running out to play Zelda. It doesn't interest me. Let's be real. A successful Nintendo E3 will be them announcing another Zelda or announcing Super Smash Bros. Fucking whatever. And, you know, yay, everyone's going to go crazy for this same regurgitated stuff that we've gotten over the last few years.
I guess the ultimate problem here, and what makes this so infinitely frustrating, and what makes Reggie Fils-Aimé such a punchable human being, is that no matter what they do, they fucking sell 500 million fucking consoles every fucking time. It doesn't seem to matter. They could literally put out anything and people will buy it and suck it up. It's worse than any other fucking singular title that people call Call of Duty fanboys bad. Nintendo people will buy that shit no matter what, over and over again. Nobody says Nintendo, give me new shit. You know what they're fucking calling for right now? If you scroll up in chat, I bet you at least 4 or 5 people have said, give me Metroid. We haven't already gotten Metroid fucking 16 times already, but give me the Metroid I want, so I can buy it for the 8th fucking time, and then don't come up with anything new ever. Just the same fucking 4 properties that you can cram down our throats. For God's sake, they didn't even launch with a Mario game on this console. There's no Mario. And when Mario comes, it's Mario looking like a deformed fucking child running around modern New York. What the fuck is that? And then to push it further, the Mario Kart that we get is the rehashed bullshit with some DLC. Really? That's what you get? And then you force Zelda onto the console. You force Zelda onto the console at the fucking detriment of the Wii U version, where the Wii U is already a fucking hamstring, poor beat up old yeller, take it out back and fucking hit it with a shovel type shit. And then you don't even give it the proper Zelda by taking out all the fucking gamepad support because you had to put it on to your glorified fucking cell phone that I can't call my grandmother with and wish her a happy fucking birthday. Come on!
Dude, if I get a fucking phone call from one of my friends and it's like, bro, you want to come over? I got this party shit from the Switch. I'm going to say, fuck you, you fucking weirdo. Dude, don't call me again. Like, I hate you. Why would you even ask me that? Like, who does that?
Do you want to come out?
You know
hey,
what,
Jeffrey.
dude? I'm going to go to
Jeffrey.
fucking Best Buy. Bro, no, shut up. I'm going to go to fucking Best Buy, bro. And I'm going to get that Fire Party Mix from Nintendo Switch. And I'm going to have a party night. I'm going to go get the fucking, the cider shit that Adam's drinking. I'm going to get a fucking 24-pack of it. And I'm going to invite my boys over. And we're going to fucking switch it up. We're going to milk cows. We're going to jerk off a donkey. We're going to fight kangaroo. We're going to fucking have a great time. No. Stop. We don't want to do any of that shit. Like, give us the shit, dude. You know, listen, I could go over there right now and I can name fire from over there. Fucking Mario 3, Super Mario World, fucking Super Metroid, 007, Conker's Bad Fur Day, fucking Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong. The list goes on and on. I could sit here for 2 hours and name fire. You know what I can name for the last fucking 10 years for Nintendo? Mario, Zelda, some Metroid. That's the show. And Milk and Fuck a Donkey Simulator 2018, where you have to buy 15 different pieces to get the job done. Literally, they'll sell you a plastic bucket that you put on the ground, and you get 2 fucking controllers that you pretend are the cow teats, and you fucking milk them on screen, and the commercials are so happy. They're like, I'm having so much fun milking this. I'm having so much fun. It's fucking dumb, dude. Fuck that shit. They can't do anything to win me over. It's official. Stay out of E3. You're cancering it.
First of all, I'm going to apologize to Jeff that you had to that you even had to play these games. I don't understand. Like, it's just I don't understand. So the genre in general, it falls into survival games, which is then evolved into something that's extremely popular, the survival game, which is a battle royale, where you effectively get dropped into some zone, have to find weapons, and then kill everyone else and be the last one alive.
It's the Hunger Games.
The premise sounds, the Hunger Games. The premise sounds amazing, and honestly, it's a game type that I would love to play. But however, every single one of these games I've seen, what is it? You had DayZ, then you had H1Z1, then you had H1Z1 King of the Kill, you had like Battle Royale mode, now you have like freaking Playerunknown Battlegrounds, and probably a half a dozen other imitators in this space. And all of them come out with the exact same goddamn bullshit titles. Early access survival game with building and all this other garbage. And fine, your early access, but I have not seen any one of these games ever actually get finished. They release, they come out with a metric ton of bugs. They're janky as hell in netcode. They look like unpleasant games to play. They don't look very flashy graphically. You can see people jumping through or falling over. Like, states are all messed up in this game. They're just subpar developed games. But for some reason, every time one of these games come out, it shoots to the top of Twitch. Everyone's like, oh my God, this is the best game ever. We're going to play the shit out of this. And then a month later, boom, gone, next one. Oh, they stopped updating it. All right, let's wait for the next one to come out. And then every time on Steam, I'll think, I'm finally free. These games are gone. And then it'll just creep up on my feed. All new game, on sale, early access. Survival game.
The main secret sauce to this is the streamers. And this is the Twitch phenomenon. This is why these games exist. Because you got guys like Summit, you got guys like Josh OG and these other first-person shooter dudes that are really entertaining. And they make the game fun through their personality. The game isn't necessarily anything to write home about. Most of the games look like university students went and made this game as a passion project, and that was the show. But the real selling thing here is the streamers. And when you have guys like Summit who are extremely good at shooters, 2, entertaining and get people engaged and making the game more fun than what it is. And so people just want to be part of that. And these big streamers are blowing them up. And these companies know as long as they all do it. They all do it. They release the game and this closed beta shit. They go to the big streamers. They go, hey guys, guess what? You really want to be that flavor of the month game. You really want to get 50,000 views, 20,000 views. Here's a code. Go play your game. And then, of course, when a big guy plays the game, 20,000 people are watching. They're going to sell a couple thousand copies of the game. They get some traction, and then other streamers that want to be like Lyric or Summit or whatever, they want to hop on the train too because they're going to get the splash over, and the games are fun, and they can show their personality. It's not hardcore competitive. It's have fun. Some people are competitive with those games, but it's more have fun. What can you bring to the table? The streamers are selling these games. The games aren't selling the games.
Feel like I just ordered a really amazing pizza. It showed up, and there was friggin' pineapple on it, Jeff. You're a friggin' pineapple on my pizza.
Hey.